It's 12:30 p.m. and now I've got to go to the airport to catch a 3:25 a.m. flight. I did have that drama when I arrived of my luggage being lost. How did that turn out? They found my luggage and I've had to come out in a taxi to the airport to collect it because they won't send it there because there's a lens in there and there's all sorts of drama. But the good news is the taxi is on the meter. And instead of paying 70 one way, it's up at about 16 mana. Yeah, I got royally screwed coming the other way, didn't I? If you have to do this, you have to go to first the information desk. The young lady will ring someone at the airline and then the airline will come out from the clean side and pick you up and take you back and identify your luggage. It's back with me and now we're heading back to the JW Marriott Absheron, drop this in the room, pick up my camera gear and head back to the track. Chocks ago. So in the end it was 16 there. And you got to think it's 16 back, and then he waited out there for about 15 minutes and he just said, you pay what you want, and I just said, I'll give you 60, which I thought was fair, and put a smile on his face. That's my good taxi story here in Baku. It's now 1:45 and I've got to go to the airport to catch a flight to Doha and then another one to Montreal. Hello my friend.
Hello sir.
Well, it's good to be out here at the airport and heading off. I've enjoyed my time here and now it's off to Canada. Hello Marcus. Hello. Marcus is one of the F1 security guys. So what documents do you need for this trip? Well, you need to fill out an arrive can document, which is an online thing. And this gentleman behind me asked if I had a visa, but Australians don't need a visa to go to Canada. So we're stopping in Doha and then going to Montreal. So it turns out I did need a visa, so I got straight online to apply for one. But it can take up to a day to come through, and I'm not sure they're going to let me on the flight. Well, that didn't work out so well. They won't let me board the flight because the visa hasn't come through. I paid for it, but it can take a business day. So I'm back to the hotel here and killing a day. So here's the situation. My visa's just come through at 25 minutes to the hour and the flight leaves at 25 past the hour. So I've got the cab driver now turning around and going back to the airport. I don't reckon they're going to let me on, but I've got to have a crack. So the email says I've got a visa, but the system's not showing it up as having a visa for my passport number.
Visa though.
I'm out of breath. I'm sweaty. Thank you very much.
Sir, you have to hurry up because we.
I'm going to go right now.
Yeah, she will come to you. She will come to you.
Let's go together.
Choxigo.
So this lady's escorting me through immigration because the flight's ready to go. And I'm very, very fortunate. I think I'm the second last passenger and I don't know how many minutes I made this flight, but it certainly wasn't many. But I'm here.
Hello sir.
Hello.
Very welcome aboard. Thank you sir. You're going to be in the next one to your left please.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello, how are you sir? Welcome aboard.
Sorry, I'm next to you. This is an Airbus A330 222 in business and very comfortable. I had about an hour and a half sleep I think there. And now we're landing into Doha and I've got a few hours on the ground before I've got the long flight to Montreal. Still can't quite believe I actually made this flight. It was a hectic dash, I can promise you, and I actually left all my luggage in the taxi while I went in to see if I could actually get on the flight, which was a little bit risky. As you can see, we did not get an air bridge, so it's a short bus ride to the terminal. This is quite a calm lounge. It's large and they haven't overpopulated it with seating, so it's not too noisy. But there's a restaurant upstairs and there's a snack bar sandwich place to my right, which I've just spent some time in. There's a short train ride from one terminal to the next, and it's a very nice train. Modern, smooth, free obviously, and it saves us about a 800-metre walk, I reckon.
Train is arriving at Montreal station.
What a bonus this is. Qatar Airways Q suites. Apparently the best business class in the sky. I didn't think we were going to get this aircraft. I thought we were going to get one of the older ones, so it was a very pleasant surprise. It's a beautifully finished suite and I can't wait to discover it. Best of all, there's good leg room down here for sleeping. Door closes, much like Emirates first class, although it's not quite as high, but hey, who cares? It's quite glorious. I'm a lucky boy. And you won't be able to tell this from looking at this video, but my seat actually faces backwards. The seat behind me, which is row 2, faces towards me. So every even row faces towards me and every odd row faces backwards. And the 4 seats in the middle can actually become one big suite. It's a pretty impressive product. A nice big tray, big screen. This is a nice bonus. I thought I was getting a Q Suite flight later in the year, and this one was just a plain seat one. So yeah, well done to me. Lucky boy after the drama of last night. So let's have a look at what is included. Amenities kit, and inside we have body lotion, lip balm, essential face cream, eau de toilette from 34. And there are a number of F1 people on this flight that I've seen, including one of my women of the paddock, the lovely Renee from F1 Experiences. Smelling good. I love these little things because they're great for travelling, obviously being such a small size. Continuing on, a pair of eye shades, some socks that I'll never wear. Ta-da, it's empty. There's a protective kit here, which I imagine has masks and sanitizer. A lovely blanket, which we had on the last flight. And down here we have a whole host of buttons. Power for your stuff, headphone jack, USB sockets, even an HDMI in. I can then watch whatever I've got on my phone on the screen here in the suite. As with most airlines, you need a controller for the television so you don't have to keep reaching up and pressing buttons on the screen. There's also a little storage area here that raises. This is a 777-300ER. And what shall we eat and drink on this flight? I always like to see what champagne they're offering, and we have Laurent Perrier and Charles Leclerc. For you wine buffs, we have these. And from my birth state, South Australia, comes McLaren Shiraz from Rock Beer. Another Victorian wine here from Australia. A Portugal port. And on top of that, there's a whole host of beverages. And on the left and right hand side of the seat, there's an armrest that stays up, or you push it down when you want to have a snooze, give you a flat bed. Oh, and coming up, I'm travelling on an airline where you have to pre-order your meals. So I ordered everything, just so I can review it for you. The airline, Zip Air. This is the first time I've ever faced backwards on takeoff. We're taking off that way and I'm looking this way and we're clocking a fair bit of speed. It's a funny feeling there. The wheels have just lifted off and yeah, I'm now facing downhill instead of looking uphill. It's a really funny feeling. While I nipped off to the toilet, the flight attendant has come in and made up my bed, or at least put the mattress on there, and produced a big pillow. Fantastic pillow. And outside there's the most marvellous mountains, and we're flying over, what would this be? It's well north of Dubai. So I don't even know what area of the world we're in, but there's a little bit of light snow out there on the top of some of those mountains. It's a clear day with a bit of scattered cloud. And it's not often I get to fly long haul in the daytime, and this flight, the whole flight, is during the day. I've been going for about 28 hours now. I think I've only had a couple of hours sleep, but I'm happy to have something to eat here and a drink with you. And first up, this is a lobster mash-up thing, and there's a prawn and some vegetables. And I really love these in oil bottles. There's 4 different flavours and a mock candle. I must say I love this product. I'm not sure it's as good as Singapore Airlines business class on the A380 that I went on earlier this year, but I tell you what, there wouldn't be much separating it. Next up was the main course, and I had the seafood option, which was salmon, a prawn and a scallop. Without a doubt, it was not a patch on the fly to buy fish that I had coming into Baku. That was one of the greatest meals I've ever had on a plane. And then I finished off with the high tea, which consisted of 3 small sandwiches, couple of scones, or as Americans would say, scones. This thing, I don't even know what that is. And a nice tart. We're about 3 hours into the flight. We're just going over the Black Sea, heading towards Bucharest. I was there last year in Romania, and then we're going to head over Europe, over the Atlantic, and then land into Montreal. Before we do that, I'm going to have a sleep. I've had 5 hours sleep, I feel okay, but I've had a nice breakfast. Probably shouldn't have eaten one of those croissants. At present, we're flying over the top of the earth, coming down towards Montreal. No, Lando Norris was not on my flight. A lot of you sent me notes in flight? Is he on your page? He must have put up a post, I gather. And yes, I do have the internet, and it's a great deal on this airline. It's $10 US for the whole flight. What a lovely touch this was. Honey on a plate with sugar poured on top. I've never ever seen what I'm seeing out my window. I'm sure I've travelled over the top of the world before, but I've probably been asleep. But this is really quite spectacular. After 12 plus hours in the air, we're now coming into land. And what is evident is the lush countryside. Lots of forests and paddocks. Very green. And now for my first backwards facing landing. This is another first. We just got off the Qatar flight and I thought we were getting stairs, but we're on this, I don't even know what you call this thing. It's like a big bus that raises to the height of the aircraft, and you get off in air-conditioned comfort, and then they drive you to the terminal. And they have one at the mid door at the front, and they have one at the rear door. This bus is reserved just for business class passengers and now lowered back onto the base, and we're heading off. What a freaky thing this is. Before they'll let you down here, you have to show them your ArriveCAN scanning code so that they know that you are registered to come in. All the baggage has been got off the carousel and placed neatly in rows here. I found mine and now I'm heading out. That was way too easy. I'm now in the cab and I'm heading to my hotel. I think that probably was maybe 15 minutes from the time I got to the machine and the time I got into this cab. And I'm en route now to the city in Canada. Bonjour. I am here.
So you prepaid already room and taxis. We just need a credit card for incidentals.
Another epic travel day. 24 hours from leaving the Marriott to getting to the Hotel Le Germain here in Montreal, which is a trendy little hotel. Recently renovated, I think 2019, completely overhauled, and it's really got a nice feel to it. If you've enjoyed this video, I'm going to ask you to like it, subscribe if you haven't done so, and become a member. At the time of recording this, I've got just 9 of those Pierre Gasly signed prints available. You can get onto kimillman.com to order one of those. Plus, you'll find merchandise and F1 photo books and wall art, that's right. All of my digital images, you'll find them at prostarpics.com. And for my best images live from the track and all during the week, head to Instagram and search @KimIllman. Thanks for watching and stay passionate. It's now 12:45. It's now 12. What is it? 12:45 what? It's now 12:45 a.m. or p.m.